popping on today for today's edition of Meals in the Making. Today has no theme. We're actually going to be, well, I guess one of the recipes has a theme. So if you've been watching my vlogs or you watched me on like Instagram or Facebook or you're on any of my social media, you'll know that I was on vacation last week, and so hence why there was no Meals in the Making on Thursday. But we were up in New Mexico, and my dear sweet Aunt Karen made this amazing chicken chili. Now, the chicken chili that she made was not completely on program, but I figured, I'm on vacation, it's okay if I have a couple beans. And I was so excited about this chili because it was so delicious. I'm so stinking close to maintenance, it's not gonna kill me to have a couple beans. So what I did was, I didn't actually get the exact recipe from her, but I remembered her saying that she had found it on Pinterest. So I went and found the recipe and I've doctored it up. So this is kind of my rendition on her skinny chicken chili that she found that's completely program approved. So that's one recipe. The other recipe is gonna be something simple. You know that I love pizza, and I definitely love the cauliflower pizza crusts that are made out of cauliflower. Now, I'm not sponsored, I just really love them a lot, and I use them all the time on things other than pizza. So if you watched a couple weeks ago, I made a quiche and I had that in it too. And I'll make that probably tomorrow evening and then get this video out on Thursday. For the Optavia program approved skinny chicken chili, you will need 2 cloves of minced garlic, which is typically about 1 teaspoon. 1 cup of diced squash, along with 1 cup of diced zucchini. I have them in the same bowl just so it's easier to throw them into the crock pot in just a second. I'm using summer squash, so that's just kind of a little hint for you. 3 small chicken breasts diced into bite-sized pieces, 2 cans of diced tomatoes and green chilies with no salt added, 1.5 cups of reduced sodium chicken broth, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and some salt to taste. So typically I'll do about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put one of these slow cooker liners on here. If you have never used these before, oh my gosh. They're so simple, it makes cleanup so easy, because if you're like me, I hate cleaning the crock pot. Don't ask me why, I just hate it. So I'm gonna put in one of my liners. So this recipe is super simple in the fact that you're just gonna throw everything into the crock pot. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. There's no rhyme or reason to the way that you do it. Nothing has to go in first. Just as long as everything is in the crock pot, you're good to go. One thing I will say about the diced tomatoes and green chilies is you'll want to keep the liquid in there. Don't drain them. Throw the liquid in with your chili. It's going to make it a little more chili-like. One of the things that was in this recipe that I deleted or took out was tomato paste. You want a bit of a more soupy texture. So if you would rather have a chunkier chili, I would recommend using one of these with the liquid and one of these without. But I like mine super soupy, and so does Robbie, so I'm going to keep the liquid in for both of them. I'm also gonna set a timer for 6 hours to check the chili and make sure that it's not overcooking. So this is our finished product. This recipe yields 4 servings, and each serving is 1 lean, 1.5 greens, and 3 condiments. So I will have to add some other kind of green in just a second. I may have some cauliflower rice with it. But I did add just a little bit of Greek yogurt as my healthy fat. It's kind of like, you know, to add a little bit of consistency, and also because it's kind of like sour cream. And then of course I added just a little bit of cheese on top. So it's gonna be pretty darn good. Robbie's already tasted it. He said it's a little bit spicy, but if you like spicy, I guess this will be great for you. Hi everyone, and welcome to the second part of Meals in the Making. Okay, I first want to give a preface. Last night's supper, holy tamale. It was incredibly hot, and I realized that I accidentally used the tomatoes, the diced tomatoes and green chilies. I used the hot and not the mild, and we were both breathing fire. So if you are somebody who does not like spice, make sure you grab the mild, and that should help a lot. Today, I actually told you I was gonna make barbecue pizza. Scratch that, I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna liven it up a little bit more because I was originally just gonna put like barbecue sauce on pizza with chicken. It's good, but I knew I could do a little more. So today we're actually having taco pizza. Are you okay? I don't think Shiner likes the idea of taco pizza. There's a little story behind this. So when I was little, my grandparents have a ranch and they had goats on the ranch when I was younger. And 2 goats were born, and they happened to ask me, I think I was like 2 or 3, I don't know, you can ask my mom or my grandma. And they said, Mallory, what do you want to name the goats? And I, without even skipping a beat, said, taco and pizza. So tonight we're having a taco and pizza night. For this taco pizza recipe, you will need 1 cauliflower pizza crust. You can also use the brand Outer Isle from, I believe, Whole Foods, but I do not know what the condiments, lean and green measurings are on that. 1/4 a cup of reduced fat Mexican cheese, 3 ounces of pureed avocado, 1 tablespoon of plain Greek yogurt, 1.75 ounces of 99% lean ground turkey, and 1/2 teaspoon of low sodium taco seasoning. The first thing I have done is started to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. Now, if you've watched my previous pizza recipes, I typically heat them to 350, but because I want a crispier crust, I'm going to preheat it to 400 degrees. I'm then going to put the pizza into the oven. You'll notice there's 2. Robbie's gonna have one of these tonight. I'm going to put them in the oven for 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how crispy you like your crust. Then I will flip them and put them in for another 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, so I'm now going to start browning up my turkey meat, and I'm going to add in my taco seasoning. Now this is 16 ounces, so I'm going to put in about a little less than 4 teaspoons because that would be how much I would need for the entire 16 ounces. And then afterwards, I'll go ahead and portion it out into 2 1.75 ounces of turkey meat. Okay, so our pizzas have come out of the oven. While Robbie is sectioning off our turkey meat, I'm going to go ahead and add the cheese. Like I said before, it's 1/4 a cup of Mexican cheese. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the 1.75 ounces of ground turkey with a little bit of taco seasoning that we added. This is for each pizza, you guys. So it's gonna be a lot. Make sure you spread it out some. I'm then gonna take these pizzas and put them back in the oven for another 3 to 5 minutes, just until the cheese is all the way melted. Because the pizza's already hot, it started to melt a little bit. I'm then gonna take my 1 tablespoon, but I'm gonna half it up, so I'm gonna do half and half, onto my 1 tablespoon of pureed avocado, and just kind of drop it in, or in one big spot. I'll mix that around in just a second, do the other half. And then I'm also gonna add on my 1 tablespoon of plain Greek yogurt, acting like sour cream. So this lean and green is 1 lean, 3 green, and 2 condiments. So if you wanna use the extra condiment to put a little bit of paste hot sauce or any kind of salsa on there, that could work too. Personally, I wanna use that last condiment for the day on some coffee this evening, so I'm perfectly fine with this. So thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Meals in the Making. I hope you enjoyed. I guess it kind of turned out to be like a Mexican theme. I was going to do a barbecue pizza, Robbie, but then I decided on the taco pizza. So like I said, remember, if you're going through the chili, use the mild diced tomato and green chilies if you don't like something spicy. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching today. Remember, if there's anything that you would like to see made program approved, please put them in the comments. I love you all, and God bless you.